This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for Tuesday, February 11th, 2025. I'm Marek Mazurek. Agriculture producers across the United States are starting off the year with a more optimistic outlook, according to the latest Purdue University CME Group Barometer. The barometer is calculated monthly from a telephone survey of 400 agricultural producers across the country. Purdue says producers, on average, are anticipating a more robust financial year in 2025 compared to last year. Michael Langemeier, the barometer's principal investigator and director of Purdue's Center for Commercial Agriculture, says recent improvements in commodity prices are a big piece in the positive outlook.
We had some strengthening of corn prices in particular, but also soybean prices, but also the continuing resolution that was passed in late December provides some payments for corn and soybean producers. And so I think that helped keep people relatively optimistic.
Langemeier also noted recent improvements in crop and livestock prices have provided a boost to farmers' current sentiment. However, he noted there are some clouds on the horizon. Doug Boles, who has served as president of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway since 2013, has also been named president of IndyCar. The move is among a series of leadership structure updates announced Tuesday by Penske Entertainment Group. Boles succeeds Jane Fry, who is stepping down after 10 years in the role. Fry did not give a reason for his departure. Boles will now serve as president of both IMS and IndyCar, reporting to Penske Entertainment CEO Mark Miles. Boles previously served as vice president of communications for former IndyCar parent Holman & Company and was a founding partner and chief operating officer at Panther Racing. Penske Entertainment acquired the IndyCar series and IMS from Holman & Co. in 2020. IndyCar credited Boles for overseeing the sellout of the 100th Indianapolis 500 in 2016 and managing more than $150 million in strategic investment at IMS. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
To succeed, you need to stay informed. You need to be engaged. And let's face it, you need to set yourself apart from the rest by connecting with a company that brings you the best. Because in today's environment, business is an ever-moving target, and we'll help you chase it. IBJ Media. The best of business is in us. Get started at ibjmedia.com/youngprofessional.
The Indiana legislature's fiscal policy leaders heavily cut down a bill carrying Governor Mike Braun's ambitious property tax plan Tuesday morning. The 93-page amendment to Senate Bill 1 scrapped an expanded homestead deduction and tax bill caps, which offered the bulk of the plan's homeowner relief, but some said would threaten local government funding. Instead, lawmakers combined Senate Bill 6, 8, and 9 to create language on referendum reform, a payment deferral program, and reform of how the state makes its caps on how much a local body can increase its property tax collections. The committee also added demographic-specific relief for seniors, disabled veterans, and first-time homeowners. Senate Tax and Fiscal Policy Committee Chair Travis Holdeman said, quote, "We have worked extensively with the governor's office to get this to a good spot. We just think there's a fine line that we have to walk to make sure that we are careful to be responsible to local units of government and at the same time provide some relief to taxpayers." The committee passed the amended bill 10-3, with Democrats commending the progress but still advocating for more local protections. The bill now moves to the full Senate floor for amendments. Local governments across the state would miss out on $1.2 billion in property tax revenue in 2026 under Braun's proposed property tax cuts. That's according to the bill's fiscal note, and that cost was expected to compound each year. Local government leaders testified against the bill last week and warned the tax plan could result in destructive cuts to critical services like police and education. The 2025 Three Rivers Festival in Fort Wayne is canceled, and the event's future is in jeopardy after the organization's board voted to file for bankruptcy Monday night. The city's largest festival has been held nearly every year since 1969. The organization needed to raise $300,000 by Monday to avoid bankruptcy. As of Tuesday morning, the crowdfunding campaign had raised only $1,200. Our partners at WPTA TV report that festival board leaders are still eyeing a comeback in 2026. Ball State economist Mike Hicks is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC. A weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Marek Mazurek for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.